Hi, gang, it's Adam.
And Patrick.
Coming up on today's episode, we announce the winner of our Fantasmic floor mat giveaway, chat about what we carry in our bags when visiting a Disney park, cover the latest Disney news and rumors, and list our Fab Five savory snacks in the parks. As always, we close out the episode with some quick D. All that and more on today's episode of Gays Do the D.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Hi, Patrick.
Oh, hello, Adam.
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing swell.
Good. How was your Halloween?
It was spooky.
It was spooky? Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
I ate a lot of carbs,
Fair enough. That can be spooky.
a lot of sugar,
Yeah.
and then I went to bed at 8:30.
Yeah. Oh, good for you. A little sugar crash.
Yeah. How was yours?
It was wonderful. I spent some time with my parents. We had the dogs over, handing out candy. It was wonderful.
That sounds lovely.
It was lovely.
And we had some lovely submissions.
We sure did. Those photos came in.
Some Halloween costume photos
Yeah.
submitted to our Instagram account at GDTD Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So head on over to our Instagram account at GDTD Podcast, and you'll be able to see some really wonderful Disney-themed Halloween costumes from our listeners.
Absolutely. I loved the Fix-It Felix costume. That was really funny.
That was great.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Those boys from the D Podcast.
Yes. They are awesome. So now that Halloween is over, that means it's Christmas time.
It's time for Christmas.
Basically.
Is all of your shopping done?
None of my shopping's done.
Great. You are on track
Yep.
for a miserable holiday season.
Oh, no.
JK.
Hopefully, actually, I can do some shopping in the Disney parks starting
That's right.
tomorrow.
That's right. You're heading down.
I am. So if you're listening to this, I will actually be back already.
Oh,
Podcast time travel is the weirdest thing.
it is the weirdest thing.
But we are recording this on a Thursday, and I and our friend, Anna, are going to Disney World tomorrow.
That's right. You are going to do the Wine and Dine Half Marathon.
We sure are. We're going to run and then drink.
That sounds like an amazing afternoon. Well, you know what? Let's nix the running part and just focus on the drinking part.
No.
Are you allowed to drink while you run?
I can't say that they're going to stop you, but I can't recommend doing it. 13 miles is a long run with some alcohol in your body.
Next question.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of pooping while you run?
I'm never afraid of that. I'm confident in pooping. No, I'm kidding. That's never been a concern of mine.
Yeah, that happens though, right? Like I get mostly marathons, right? Like people just don't want to stop.
Yeah.
They want to like have their personal best, and that involves pooping down their leg while they run.
It sure does. That's a lot of dedication, which I don't have.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the side of the road if I need to use the restroom.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Actually, they have a lot of porta potties while you're on the run there.
Themed porta potties?
They're bathroom themed, I guess.
Okay.
Not necessarily Disney themed, though.
Those Imagineers, what will they think of next?
Who
A
can
bathroom themed porta potty?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Gross.
Fast pass.
Oh,
Straight to
no.
the porta potty.
Oh, this took a turn. This took a weird turn. I'm invested in it, but it turned. It turned on us.
Well, we are very excited for you to go down and run your little heart out.
Thank you.
And to take over the Instagram account and show us some incredible photos of your experience.
Yeah, hopefully we get some great shots. I imagine we'll try to get some of us out of breath while we're running shots.
Sure.
Maybe a video or two.
Sure.
We'll see.
And we're super excited for you to get back because our friend Anna will be joining us, and she'll be here to talk about her very first Run Disney experience.
Exactly. I'm super excited. She's fantastic, and I think she'll be a great guest. Speaking of trips, Adam.
Yes?
We've got a trip together that we just booked.
Do we?
We do?
We do!
You didn't cancel it on me, did you?
You know, a couple of episodes back, we talked about how you handle the Disney doldrums.
We sure did.
And this was just after I got back from my Disneyland trip.
Yes, well, you were in a Disney doldrum yourself,
That's
I imagine.
right. And so what did we do immediately after we stopped recording that podcast?
We hit purchase.
That's right. We hit purchase on a little Disney vacay. We are going to head down for the Festival of the Arts in January.
We sure are. I'm super excited. I've never done that. You haven't either.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I think it'll be an amazing time.
That's right. Did you see Disney Parks blog just released the kind of soft itinerary for the festival?
They did, just in time for our podcasting right now.
That was very thoughtful of them.
It was. Thanks, Disney.
So for those of you that don't know, the Epcot International Festival of the Arts runs January 18th through February 25th in 2019, and it includes the Disney on Broadway concert series 7 days a week this year.
I'm so excited for this.
I am too, and I'll tell you why, Patrick. Because the first performer they list is Carrie Butler.
Yes, she's awesome.
And because they list her first makes me want to believe that she'll be there when we're there because we're there for the opening of the festival.
Day one will be their day one.
So Carrie Butler performed as Belle on Broadway, and that's her Disney tie-in. But she was most recently in Mean Girls.
Oh, that's right.
Playing several adults, including Mrs. George, Regina's mother.
Interesting.
She was also in Catch Me If You Can.
I love that soundtrack. It's so good.
She was in Rock of Ages. I'm sorry to anyone who saw Rock of Ages, but she was in that.
Oh, no.
She played Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors, and she originated the role of Penny Pingleton in Hairspray.
That's fantastic. And also, of course, she was in Xanadu. I think she originated that role as well.
That's right. She played Cleo/Kira in Xanadu on roller skates, the whole performance.
Singing on skates.
That's right, with Cheyenne Jackson.
I mean, I would put anything on my feet to be on stage with Cheyenne Jackson.
I like to call him Thigh-Ann Jackson because did you see his thighs in those shorts in that show?
Oh, my.
Nice.
I love her voice. She's one of those character Broadway singers with an amazing belt as well. She's fantastic. The tone of her voice is like butter.
Yeah, she's not just an ingenue. She brings some depth to her roles, and that makes it sound really meaty and important, but really she's a great comedian.
She is.
So we're going to head down to the Festival of the Arts, and we're going to check it out for all of you. Aside from the Disney on Broadway concert series, there is, of course, incredible food.
Yeah, I'm excited about that food.
And there are amazing artistic offerings like a wall mural that we're going to be able to paint part of.
I love that. I think that's maybe the one thing I'm super excited about. I'm excited about all of it, but that part is going to be so fun to do, I think, painting that wall as a community and then seeing it at the end of the day.
I mean, since we're down there for the first weekend, do you think that we're going to paint the first square in the mural?
Let's make that a goal of ours.
Yeah.
Hashtag first square.
Yeah, I'm going to screw it up right out of the gate. I'm going to be like, whoops, start over.
Do we have to paint the first square together, though, so one of us isn't better than the other?
I will be better.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. There's also those really great artful photo opportunities. Have you seen those where we get to like slide into a masterwork, like a painting, and then they take our photo in it and it looks like we're part of the painting?
Yeah, that's super cool. They also have these amazing 3D paintings on the ground. When you look at them, it looks like they're coming out of the ground, but it's just literally painted on the ground.
I love those. There's also special offerings, like we can paint with a Disney artist. Of course, that will cost us a little bit extra.
I'm down for it.
But I mean, it includes a continental breakfast, so how can you go wrong?
I love continentals.
And there are performance artists and international musical and variety acts all over Epcot.
Also, of course, all the amazing art you can purchase that you don't normally see in the parks that are there just for the festival. People who are setting up booths and the artists will be there. You can meet the artists. So exciting.
It's going to be an incredible trip, and it will be great to experience it as a first-timer and be able to share it with all of you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're listening to this and you're also going to be there, please reach out to us. Shoot us an email at info@gaysdothed.com, or you can reach us on social media at
GDTD Podcast.
Let us know if you're going to be there. We'd love to do some meetups and maybe some interviews. You might be on the pod.
So before we dive into our contest winner, you have a little distory for us, don't you?
I sure do. So the week that this episode will drop on 11/8, November 8th, it will mark the 45th anniversary of Disney's animated Robin Hood.
Never seen it.
You have never seen it?
I've never seen it.
I think you're going to love it. You should, maybe we should do a take one for you, of Robin Hood.
That's an excellent suggestion.
Thank you so much. It's such a great cartoon. The characters are just bonkers in this movie. They go bananas. I love it. And fun fact, the bear in it is very reminiscent of a certain bear in the Jungle Book.
Baloo. Yeah, I know that just from seeing sketches from it and publicity stills from the movie.
Yeah, it makes me laugh. It makes me believe that Baloo is just an actor in a couple of different Disney movies.
I have a problem with all animal movies.
Oh.
Like all animal Disney movies.
Interesting. You have a problem with half of the Disney collection then.
For some reason, I'm less interested in seeing a movie if I know it's all animals.
Oh, you don't like that personification of the animals?
Well, I mean, I love Lion King, so there clearly is the outlier, but
they're more animals being animals, whereas in Robin Hood, they're animals walking around on 2 feet with clothes. Is that what you're talking about?
I think you just nailed it.
So you hate Mickey Mouse, then, is what you're saying.
Oh, dear. That's not true. Mickey, I love you.
You've painted yourself in a disastrous corner.
No, but for some reason, that movie has never, jumped out at me as something I absolutely need to see.
Okay, well, you're wrong.
Fair enough. Now, for the big moment.
Oh, I'm so excited about this.
Drum roll, Patrick. Wow, I thought mine was bad.
Brum.
Yours sounds like a jalopy trying to start.
How very dare you.
So, as you know, we're giving away a set of 2 Fantasmic floor mats that me and my boyfriend received as part of our Blue Bayou dining package when we visited Disneyland and watched Fantasmic.
2 gently used seat cushions, if you will.
My bottom just barely touched it. I like to sit at a hover, work my quads as I enjoy Fantasmic.
I like it.
Who's the winner, you ask?
I do ask.
The winner is Jennifer_Kraus.
Jennifer Kraus, you lucky, lucky woman.
You are going to get 2 gently used Fantasmic floor mats, and Jennifer, we will reach out to you on DM on Instagram and get your information.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jennifer_Kraus.
You know, Adam, before we go on, I just want to talk about one quick thing. As you know, November 6th is Election Day here in the United States, which is the day after this episode will drop. We don't need to get too political. We're here to spread positivity, but we do want to make sure that everyone who is eligible to gets out there to vote. Please, please, please do it. It's a very important election this year.
That's right. It's super important, and there are some very important issues in many, many races and among many communities, including our community.
Absolutely. The LGBT community is currently being fairly affected right now in a negative way, and we want to make sure that no more harm is done and that we can maybe try to reverse what harm has already been done.
So get out there and vote, and let your voice be a reflection of the love and compassion and change and positivity that our community needs right now.
That is very well said. You know, to paraphrase something, you can't participate if you don't show up. So get out there and vote.
Patrick.
Yas, Adam?
When I walked into your lovely home this evening to record this fantastic podcast,
Oh, do go on.
I saw on your chair a bag.
You sure did.
I saw a Stitch bag, a bag covered in stitches.
That's true. It had an ouchie, and now it's covered in stitches.
No. I'm talking about the animated character Stitch, of course.
Yes, one of my favorites.
And I recognize that bag as your Disney Parks bag.
That's right. I'm a backpackman in the parks, if you will.
And you may say, why is Patrick carrying a backpack? Well, folks, a lot of people carry bags in parks. There's a lot of things we need to haul around with us during those busy park days.
That's true. There's so many things that you don't think you need in a park that you should have, especially in that hot weather of Florida. It's important to have some essentials with you, I think.
So we thought for our discussion this episode, we would talk about what's in our bags.
Ooh, I like it. What you packing?
What's in your sack?
Oh, my. A lot. As it turns out.
Well, you're very modest.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have a very healthy ego there.
Oh, my.
So, Patrick, tell me one thing that's in your parks bag.
One thing that I always have to remember to put in my bag are ponchos for me and whoever my guest is in the parks.
That's very thoughtful of you to bring one for your guests.
Oh, they're so cheap at Target. You can get them for like $1 now. Just these little like camping throwaway ponchos because it rains almost every day in Florida. So if you're going to be in a Disney park in Florida, it's probably going to rain on you.
That's an excellent point. You know, I also pack a poncho.
I love your alliteration.
Thank you. I'm not putting it in a bag, though, so much as in my fanny pack.
Oh, my. So you have you don't have a backpack. You have a fanny pack.
That's right. I just like to have something to throw on my hip.
Okay. So you're packing a lot lighter than I am.
I'm packing a lot. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
I mean, yes.
Fair.
It's a fanny pack. But yes, I also pack a poncho. You're absolutely right. I get mine at Target, too. They're like $1, and they take up no space, right, which is great. So you can just slip them in, and then whenever you need them, whether it rains or even on a water ride, for instance, you can just throw it on quick and stay dry.
That's right, and you can buy them in Disney as well. And I'm happy to throw my dollars at Disney, but they're pretty expensive there. So we're talking about packing things that you can get for so cheap that you don't have to buy in the parks.
That's an excellent point. You know, one thing I also pack, and this is something that I actually clip onto my fanny pack.
I'm interested.
Is a collapsible water bottle.
So smart.
And I actually purchased the Stellar collapsible bundle of bottles, which is a set of 2.
Oh.
And they come, like I said, they come with a little carabiner clip, so you can just clip it right onto your belt, or actually it would fit into my fanny pack. And for the 2 bottles, it was $13.99 on Amazon.
So sensible. So sensible. I also bring a water bottle with me, but mine is not collapsible, but doesn't need to be because I have a backpack. But I buy the Brita water filters filter bottles because they have that charcoal filter right on the mouthpiece, basically. And I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, I must admit. So those drinking fountains are a little iffy, if you will. And so this just is peace of mind for me to filter out any interesting Florida water chemicals.
I mean, let's be honest. That water, something's not right with that Florida theme park water.
It's a little rusty.
It's a little rusty / eggy / sulfury
/ tinny.
/ tinny. I'm sure it's like full of your day's vitamins and nutrients.
It very well could be. It very well could be. Now, of course, you can go and get water at any of the food stations. If you just ask for a glass of water, they will give one to you for free, which is fantastic. But sometimes you find yourself in a long line and you don't have that water with you, so it's nice to have that water bottle. Kind of along those lines of putting things in your mouth, I bring snacks to the park as well.
Oh, I was scared where you were going with that.
What's he gonna say? I bring like some granola bars or maybe even some fruit snacks. Something that a lot of people don't know is that you can bring food into the Disney parks. A lot of theme parks don't allow you to do that because they want you to buy their food, but Disney understands that you have just spent $5 million on your vacation, and sometimes you don't have the money to spend on that food. So bring your own.
You know, Patrick, we're so similar because also on my list, I have specifically a Kind bar. I just slip it right into my fanny pack in the morning. Yeah, it's very compact. It's nutritious, delicious. You can get low sugar ones. And what I do is before I go on a trip, I just buy a pack of 12. And then I usually end up giving some to friends, too, who get a little bit peckish at the parks during the day.
That's fair.
But yeah, it's a great way to just kind of have a little nibble on something while you're waiting in line or just taking a little break.
It's a great idea for people who have kids, too, because those kids get a little ornery right around 1 o'clock.
I get a little ornery.
That's fair. And it's nice to have something quick that you can just give them instead of buying a $5 banana.
Along those same lines, and I know this is kind of frowned upon by the Disney company, gum. I need gum. I put it in my fanny pack, and I need it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. For those of you who don't know, Disney does not sell chewing gum on property. They just want to try to keep their parks as clean as possible, and so you won't find gum anywhere. So if you want some, bring some.
I fully understand why they do that.
Yeah.
But the last trip, I ran out of gum in Disneyland, and I just am always very concerned about what's going on with my breath, what's happening. And so, gum. Sorry, Disney, I chew gum in your parks, but I chew it with great class.
You do. You're very respectful with your chewing gum.
Thank you, and I always throw it away when I'm done.
Might I recommend mints, though? For those of you who are not respectful with their gum, bring a mint instead. Moving on my list, I am always going to bring those little miniature bottles of sunscreen with me. I apply, of course, in the morning before we go to the parks, but I am under the belief that it sort of wears off as the day goes on, and so, especially in Florida, where you don't think that sun is out even if it's cloudy, but you're going to get burnt. You burnt at the end of the day. So bring You burnt. So bring some sunscreen with you, please.
That is an excellent addition to your bag.
Thank you.
Along the technological lines, I like to bring a cell phone charger with me.
Yeah.
Now, you can purchase a subscription, basically, to a cell phone charger in the parks.
They're called fuel rods.
Fuel rods, that's right. And you pay, what is it, $30?
It's something along those lines, but it's a one-time fee that you're paying, so you get this little portable charger for your cell phone or any electronic device.
And then once that fuel rod is used up, you go to kind of like a vending machine and get a new fuel rod, and you can use that. So it's kind of like you're just constantly swapping out fuel rods for new powered-up fuel rods.
That's absolutely correct. I actually have one, and I love it. It's been a lifesaver on more than one occasion.
I purchased mine on Amazon. It was $6, and it's called the Mobility 5000. It has a dual USB output. It's ever so slender. It's about the thickness of a very thin wallet or a money clip.
Oh, okay.
So it fits easily into my fanny pack. And then I can just plug in my phone whenever I need to.
I like that. What I love about the fuel rod is it is a little bit more expensive, but like we said, you can just keep replacing it because those charges don't always last all day long, and so you always have a fresh supply of fuel.
That's true. Let me warn you, if you do go my route, make sure you plug in that charger every night when you go back to your hotel room.
Going back a step, actually, to skincare, I bring moist face towelettes with me, a little package of those. Because
Aren't you fancy?
I know, I'm basically Mary Poppins. I should just change it to a carpet bag instead. Because I'm a very sweaty person when it comes to the hot weather in Florida.
Who isn't?
Well, that's true. So I like to have that, just a refresher, just a quick face towelette, and you can get really cheap ones for like $1, like as a travel pack at Target. It's something that you don't necessarily need, but it's a real nice luxury when you're like waiting in a line out in the hot sun, just a cool down.
I think that's a great suggestion, and I think I may need to slip those into my fanny pack.
Uh-oh, I made an addition to your pack.
On our trip in January, although it will be more mild in January.
And I will have them as well, so you can save some space.
I'm just going to bogart them from you then.
Fair enough.
Along those lines, moving down from the face to the hands, I want to talk about hand sanitizer. Sometimes you just can't get to a restroom. You're at a restaurant, you're seated, what have you.
Yeah.
I prefer to wash my hands with soap. I think that I just feel more clean that way. But when push comes to shove, I'm pulling out that little bottle of hand sanitizer from my fanny pack. How many times can I say fanny pack during this segment?
I'm going to go 6 more.
Okay, great. I'm going to pull out that hand sanitizer from my fanny pack, and I'm going to use it.
We love children. We love all your children in the parks, but let's face it, they're dirty. They are real dirty.
They're sticky. There's people walking around with colds. You know, you see those wash your hands, please, at the restrooms, but you know people aren't washing their hands all the time.
No, it's Disney. Everyone washes their hands constantly.
You're right.
Thank you.
You're right. I'm going to stop using hand sanitizer. In fact, I'm going to stop washing my hands because everyone else is washing their hands.
I think you took that to a weird level, but thank you for doing so. I've got a bit of a curveball for you from my backpack.
Yes?
I'm bringing with me a notebook and a pen.
Now, why? Because you're inspired? You want to write some sonnets?
I do. I just like to write some poetry about the rides.
Yep.
No, because when I find something new that I haven't done before, like a snack or something, I often forget what it is or where it is. And so I like to write it down so when I go back, I can find it again.
That's a great idea.
Thank you. I also use it for if there's something I wanted to do but didn't get to do, I'll put it on a list of things to do next time.
Plus, what if you see something you need to sketch immediately?
That's fair.
You need to draw it.
A rendering, maybe, of Figment.
My last item I'm going to mention, and this is just obviously a more recent addition, is now I carry a little pack of Gaze Do the D buttons in my fanny pack. So if I happen to come across a fan in the parks or someone who may not be aware of the podcast but asks me about it because I'm usually wearing a shirt that kind of promotes the podcast, I will thank them for their questions and throw a button at them and say, "Go forth and listen proudly.
Take my D button." Is that what you say to them?
That's right. And after we shake hands and part ways, I immediately use all of my hand sanitizer.
Fair enough. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on my trip. I have my bag of buttons ready to go. I'm going to wear my Gaze to the D shirt. So if you're listening to this, I will already have been there. But if you ever see us in the parks with our Gaze to the D shirts, come up to us and we will give you a button.
A coveted Gaze to the D button. Who doesn't want one of those?
I want 6 of them.
You have so many of those, Patrick.
I need more. My last item, Adam, is very specific to me. As you know, my favorite parks character is Figment.
He is.
So I have my Figment plush that goes with me. I have his little head peeking out of my backpack, so I have some really fun photos with me and Figment wherever I go.
I love that you take him everywhere you go, and he's really a part of your Disney experience now.
He is. Actually, on my last trip to Disney, I forgot him at home. I felt so bad.
Oh, no.
Which is weird because, he's a stuffed animal. But
sure.
I really wanted him there, and I was really sad I didn't bring him. So I have already packed him in my bag. He's ready to go.
Well, for those of you who are going to be following along with Patrick's trip on Instagram, you will see plenty of Figment in pictures or popping up in odd places, I would imagine. And you can follow all of those fun photos at GDTD Podcast. Patrick?
Yes?
Let's talk about some news and rumors.
Yes. In anticipation of the November 21st release of Ralph Breaks the Internet, both Ralph and Vanellope von Schweetz will be doing meet and greets in Disney's California Adventure starting on November 9th, and Walt Disney World's Epcot starting on November 21st.
Now, these are 2 characters I would like to meet.
They're pretty great. They are in the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Boo to You parade, but I don't believe you've been able to meet them until now.
And I seem to recall they were in the Christmas parade last year, too.
Probably.
Yeah, it seems like they're candy. They kind of fit both holidays.
They sure do. They can be found in California Adventure in Hollywood Land, and then they'll be in Innovations West in Epcot. And, according to Disney Parks blog, in addition to the meet and greet in Epcot, a new experiment will soon be underway at the Imagination Institute, creating a portal into other dimensions. What does that mean?
So this means it's going to be taking place at the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot.
That's what it sounds like.
And I assumed it was going to be just they were moving the character meet and greet from the initial place they had it at Epcot over to the Imagination Pavilion.
Yeah.
But, there's been all this talk about Ralph Breaks the Internet VR experience.
Yes, you're on the same path I am.
Do you think they don't have the space for that there, though, do they?
Unless they got rid of Figment.
No. Patrick, no. Patrick.
I'm crying a little bit.
No, they wouldn't do that. First of all, the turnaround time that they would need to turn that ride into a VR experience would be incredible. I mean, they would need like months and months and months to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought maybe what they would do is put it in that post-ride experience where there's kind of all those colors and those kind of weird scientific things you can do before you enter the gift shop. I thought maybe they do something there with the characters, and whether that would be a meet and greet or some kind of projection show. I don't know.
Well, there is also a Disney Vacation Club lounge in that area as well.
That's right.
So I wonder if they'll repurpose that. Who knows?
Let's speculate wildly and then be horribly embarrassed when it's actually just a character meet and greet.
Here's what I'll say, though. If they do get rid of Figment, they're going to get a strongly worded letter from one Patrick.
Patrick, Figment is an essential part of Epcot. He is a day one character. The ride may not have been open on day one, but he was there day one, ready to greet the... I'm very passionate about this. I'm stumbling over my own words.
Yeah, it's true.
They will never get rid of Figment.
Thank you.
Tony's Town Square at the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World is getting in on Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party with their own party.
A party within a party?
That's right.
I love it.
Tony's Most Merriest Town Square Party.
Say that 5 times fast.
I'm not going to even attempt to do that.
Okay.
Will be a part of this year's Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
Exciting.
The party within a party begins at 9:30 p.m. on party nights.
That's my bedtime.
Is this getting confusing?
It is.
And guests who attend Tony's Most Merriest Town Square Party will have the ability to pop in and out at their leisure.
Oh, so they don't have to stay in one area and then risk not getting back in.
That's right. They're not locked down to a party. They're able to leave the party to go to the other party.
Say party one more time.
Party.
Thank you.
The party, I did it again, will include savory hors d'oeuvres such as artisanal meats and cheeses.
I'm interested.
Tony's famous meatballs. Have you had Tony's famous meatballs?
Who hasn't?
I haven't had them.
I haven't had them, but it's fun to say.
It is fun to say. There will also be mini hand-tossed pizzas.
Ooh.
Borson stuffed artichoke.
Oh, my goodness.
What's Borson?
It's a boar.
Yep.
I have no idea, actually.
And his son.
Should I look it up?
It's Pumbaa and Little Pumbaa as a snack. We looked it up. Borson is a soft cheese. Thank you, Patrick.
Yes, no editing here.
So Borson stuffed artichoke and more. And then in addition to that, there will be some sweet treats like pumpkin tartlets, which is my drag name, Pumpkin Tartlet. There will be Yule logs.
That's my drag name.
Cannoli. Christmas cookies, and red velvet cupcakes. The party also includes complimentary beer, wine, and non-alcoholic beverages. I mean, if you must, then go ahead.
There are children there, Adam.
That's right. So, at 11 o'clock p.m., the guests of Tony's Most Merriest Town Square Party will receive special reserved viewing for Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade.
Oh, that's clever. I like that idea.
I like the idea of special reserved viewing. I don't think it's entirely necessary for the 11 o'clock p.m. parade.
You never know. People go crazy for that.
That's true. That's true. Although I will say Matthew and I last year went to the 11 o'clock parade and we were sitting curbside on Main Street, unobstructed view.
Brag much?
Yes. The party at Tony's Town Square continues until 12:30 p.m., which is even longer than Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So after Party 1 wraps up, you head back to Tony's for the continuation of Party 2.
Wow, an after party within the party.
Now, Patrick, this does cost some money.
What?
So on top of your admission to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, you'll need to tack on an additional $99 per person plus tax to be able to attend Tony's Most Merriest Town Square Party.
Aye. Now, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party can be about $100 to $125 a ticket.
That's right.
So we're talking about a $200 a person evening.
That's right. You better really want those pumpkin tartlets and that soft cheese, also known as Borson.
That's right. Or a Yule log.
Who doesn't want a Yule log?
A $200 Yule log.
That's right. Reservations can be made for Tony's Most Merriest Town Square Party.
I can't with that name.
By calling 407-827-4348 or by visiting the Walt Disney World website.
So, Adam, we just talked about the fact that I'm going to Disney World for the Wine and Dine Half Marathon. In April of next year, 2019, is the Star Wars Half Marathon. Now, this is going to mark their 4th year doing the Star Wars Half Marathon. Thank you. This year's theme is Star Wars Rival Run. So upon registration, runners are asked to choose whether they are running for the dark side or the light side of the Force.
Dark side.
Oh, I've already signed up and I'm the light side.
Dark side seems like sexier to me.
I think we've discovered our personalities on the show, if you didn't know already. So previous years were mainly Jedi or dark side themed, and this year they're combining the two. Last year's run featured Captain Phasma as you trained to be part of the First Order. So this year you're sort of running in competition with other runners for the light side or the dark side.
I like this. This is a fun twist.
It's a really fun twist, and your runner's bibs will reflect which side you're on.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah, it's really cute and clever. This week, individual race themes were released which highlight specific light and dark side rivalries in the Star Wars universe.
Do tell.
I will. So, the 5K Star Wars Rival Run will feature Finn and Captain Phasma.
Cute, cute. I want Phasma to win. Cute.
The 10K will feature Han Solo and Boba Fett.
I choose Han. Han's hot.
Fair enough. The Half Marathon will feature Rey and Kylo Ren.
Ooh, tough choice. I'm going to go Rey on this one because Kylo can be kind of a whiny brat.
You're very opinionated about this.
I am.
I like it. And then the Rival Run Challenge, which is if you do the 10K and the Half Marathon.
Oh, God, why would you? But go on.
Is Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader.
Oh, man. I'm giving it up to Darth. I think he had... we know he had a very rough life. He made some bad choices.
Yeah, a few.
Redeemed himself right at the end.
Sure.
So, my boy, Darth.
Is that all that matters if you just say you're sorry at the end?
That's my plan.
Okay, got it. And then there are Disney kid races, which will feature BB-8 and BB-9E.
Patrick, this has got to be the cutest race anyone's ever going to see, ever.
Yeah, I am excited. I hope I get to at least watch that. I can't participate in it, although I'm short enough. Maybe they'll let me in. Now, your comment on the Rival Run Challenge makes me laugh because I'm doing it.
Are you?
I already signed up for it. I'm doing the 10K on Saturday and the half marathon on Sunday.
Barf.
Yeah, I think my legs are going to expire.
I'll be with you in spirit. I'll be with you in Force spirit.
Oh, I like it. Thank you so much.
Force Ghost.
That's creepy, but I love it. So there's also a virtual half marathon, which features R2-D2. It's not technically part of the Rival Run Weekend, but you must register and complete this run to be a part of the Kessel Run Challenge, which is the Rival Run Half Marathon and then the Virtual Run Half Marathon.
I have a question.
Yes?
The virtual run, can I just get one of those VR headsets and sit and eat pizza and just watch someone running? Does that count?
In fact, you can because you don't actually have to prove that you did the run necessarily.
Okay, great.
You're just registering for it and doling out that money to get a medal.
If I don't have to prove it, I've already done it. I am exhausted.
No, you have to do it if you're going to register for it.
No.
Okay. So the medal designs have not yet been released, but I'm going to assume that they're going to reflect those individual race themes, and spots are still open for both the Rival Run Weekend and the virtual half marathon. So let me know if you are going to be running in the Rival Run Weekend next April 2019, and I would love to meet up with you. Send me a note on my Instagram or send GDTD Podcast Instagram a note.
A Falcon and Winter Soldier limited series is coming to Disney's new streaming service.
Very exciting.
According to an October 30th article from Variety, a potential limited series featuring Marvel characters Falcon and the Winter Soldier is being developed for Disney's streaming service, which is launching in 2019.
Very interesting. I'm intrigued.
Now, I'm sure all of you know out there, Falcon is played by Anthony Mackie in the movies. Hot Anthony Mackie. He's very, very handsome.
Very.
And Winter Soldier is played by hot Sebastian Stan.
I can't get enough of this guy. He is delightful.
He's good looking.
Mm-hmm.
Both have appeared in multiple Marvel films to date. Of course, most recently in Avengers Infinity War.
That's right. Now, are both of them signed up to do this series?
Listen, it's so early yet, and Variety's just like, we have the exclusive, so who knows if this will actually happen?
Fair enough.
But I think it's in development.
Okay.
What's really interesting is that both of the characters that they play could potentially become, spoiler alert, Captain America.
Oh, dear.
So if Captain America doesn't happen to survive the next Avengers movie, and rumor is that he might not survive because a certain actor who plays Captain America in the current films, his contract is up.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris Evans.
Oh, speaking of hot.
Well, he'll be available now to come to my house.
That's right. I'm sure he'll just pop on over and make out with you profusely.
Oh, I'm a married man, Adam. How very dare you?
That's right. But, I mean...
I'll still do it.
Yeah! So this could be a very interesting series for Disney's streaming service because it could kind of be a crossover between the movies and if one of these two gentlemen become Captain America into the next kind of phase of Marvel's films. Malcolm Spellman will write the series, and he is known for his writing on the television series Empire, if we have any Empire fans out there.
We do right here. I love that show.
Marvel and Disney are currently prepping multiple limited series centered on characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe who have yet to appear in their own standalone films or just won't have standalone films. Additional characters who have been mentioned as possibly having their own limited series are Loki.
Ooh.
Who wouldn't want to see a Loki series?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and Scarlet Witch.
Oh, I love both those characters are maybe my two favorite characters. From
Maybe
the
they could
universe.
have like a buddy sitcom. Loki and the Witch.
There's the title right there.
I want a hot 80s opening credit sequence.
I'm into it.
These limited series are expected to be 6 to 8 episodes long, but will have much larger budgets than the Marvel series we're currently seeing on Netflix.
Wow, this is going to be really cool, I think.
As an aside, Netflix recently canceled Marvel shows Iron Fist and Luke Cage, sadly, which means that there will be no additional seasons of The Defenders. However, Jessica Jones will have a third season. Daredevil launched its third season earlier this month, and The Punisher was renewed for a second season at Netflix back in December.
Interesting. That's something I've been thinking about lately. I wonder if they're going to make the jump over to the new Disney streaming service and cancel their contract with Netflix.
It seems like they would want to do that, although I definitely don't know the parameters of the contract.
Who can say? Who can say? In any case, it'll be super exciting.
It's time, Patrick.
Yes?
I've got a rumor for you.
Hey, Adam.
Oh, no. Hey, Patrick.
What do you say when Bruce Willis's daughter has something that belongs to you?
Rumor has it.
Because her name is Rumor.
That one was rough.
Thank you.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is coming to Disneyland Park in California.
Exciting.
As many of you already know, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World in 2019. It's going to be filling the Chinese theater where the Great Movie Ride used to be.
The okay movie ride.
I mean, it needed some updates, so I'm super excited for this ride to replace it.
Fair enough.
Disney is expected to announce soon that the ride will also be in Disneyland Park in California.
That's cool.
So Mickey's never had a ride of his own, and now suddenly he has multiple rides. Disney is expected to make this announcement around Mickey and Minnie's 90th birthdays. By the way, why isn't Minnie getting any 90th birthday attention? Why is it all centered on Mickey?
It's true, because little known fact is she was created the very same cartoon as Mickey Mouse.
This is like some patriarchy BS.
Well, let's start a Minnie Mouse birthday revolution.
Let's do it.
All right.
It started right here, folks. You were here to witness it. So, the announcement is expected to be made sometime around their mutual birthdays on November 18th. That weekend is the D23 Destination D event in Florida, and the theme just happens to be celebrating Mickey, but apparently not Minnie.
I'm with her.
What up? I am with her. Thank you for saying that, Patrick. That event takes place on Friday, November 16th through Sunday, November 18th at Disney's Contemporary Resort in Walt Disney World.
Very cool. You know what? This excites me, and I'll tell you why. I think it means that they are real proud of this ride that will open in Florida, that they are going to make another one.
This ride is going to be utilizing some incredible technology. It is a cutting-edge trackless ride. It includes an original musical score, an original theme song, over 10 audio animatronics.
Amazing.
And the first ever 2.5D effects.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
So it's like 3D without 3D glasses.
They unveiled a real small clip of it at the D23 Expo last year, and it was like 10 seconds long, and it already blew my mind.
Oh, I can't wait to ride it. In fact, I am going to say it right now, right here. I am more excited for this ride than either of the rides in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
That is a bold statement.
I know, but I think that this one's going to be more kind of a nod to classic Disney dark rides with super duper amazing technology.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll go out there and say it too, that Mickey Mouse doesn't get enough propers in the parks, I feel like, and I think this is a real nice tribute to Mickey Mouse, and that's what excites me about that, the nostalgia that you were sort of talking about.
So we know the ride's going to be built in Disney's Hollywood Studios in the Chinese theater, but where is it going to be built in Disneyland?
Do you know?
I do know.
Tell me.
According to rumor, so maybe I don't know.
You, quote, know? Unquote?
That's correct.
Okay.
It's coming to Mickey's Toontown, which is the area in the back of the park. The only Toontown establishment leaving will be the Gag Factory Toontown Five and Dime shop, which will become the entrance to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So Mickey's Toontown will remain intact. No big changes except for that one shop, which will now be the entryway to the ride.
Well, this just makes sense. It's a perfect place for it.
It absolutely is. It's unknown when the construction will begin, but speculation is that it will be sometime early in 2019.
Adam.
Patrick.
I've got a rumor as well.
You do?
I do. So speaking of Minnie Mouse, hashtag I'm with her.
Yep.
The Minnie vans are rumored to expand their service to take guests from Disney World to Port Canaveral to board the Disney Cruise Line.
Wow.
More service.
I have a question.
Please ask it.
How much would this cost?
Oh, dear. So let me start that by saying the Minnie van can take up to 6 guests and their luggage.
Sure, yep.
For $240. Oh, my.
Oh, dear.
I mean, I love you, Disney, but that seems a little ridiculous.
I mean, it's quite a long way. I don't know how far away is Port Canaveral? Is it like an hour or like, I don't know.
I think around, actually, I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, so everybody out there, Google it. So it's a distance. We know that. And it's what, 200? What'd you say, 200?
$240.
$240 divided by 6 people is what?
But, I mean, are you going to divide that between you and your children to split the bill?
That's I mean, they need to pull their own weight. If they're going to be lifelong Disney fans, they need to learn early that it's going to cost them.
You raise a fair point, Adam. You raise a fair point.
Okay, I just did some math on my calculator.
Thank you.
Thank you, editing. $40 per person.
Okay, so ask your kids to give you their allowance. And you're there. You can do it.
$40 for allowance. I want that childhood.
For a year's allowance.
Oh, I don't want that childhood.
Oh, dear. So what makes this a rumor is that the service is not currently listed on the Minivan service website, and Disney hasn't officially announced it, but it sounds like the team at Storybook Destinations have officially booked this by working directly with Disney Cruise Lines via embarkation services. So my guess is that they're very lightly testing this out to see if it's something that guests will use and pay for before fully committing to releasing it broadly.
I gotcha. It's like it's happening, but it's not happening yet, but it's happening.
Exactly. It's like that mystery menu item that you can have.
Right, right.
Now, you can only use this service from Disney World to Port Canaveral. Like, you can't get a minivan from the airport to Port Canaveral, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Okay. So, yeah, it sounds like they're very much testing the waters, if you will. Get it? Because cruise line...
I prefer the Adele jokes.
Oh, my.
Let's be honest. People who are having a Disney World experience and then going on a cruise probably can afford a minivan from Disney World to Port Canaveral.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So I say, go forth, you rich folks, and live your best lives.
And bring us with you. Adam.
Patrick just burped before we started recording this segment.
How very rude of you. No one needs to know that.
You were very polite about it.
Thank you. Well, speaking of, actually, so we just both had a piece of Halloween candy, leftover Halloween candy, because Halloween just ended, which means Thanksgiving's upon us.
Wait a minute, we're not skipping right over to Christmas like the Disney parks do?
Well, we can, but I love Thanksgiving so much.
It's so delicious.
Do you know what it means? It means food.
It does mean food.
It means I'm going to eat everything.
Yep.
So I thought we'd have a little Fab Five for our favorite savory snacks in the parks.
I love this idea, but I'm going to tell you something right up front.
Okay.
This was challenging for me.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Like, I didn't realize how much sweet stuff I was shoving into my mouth in Disney parks.
It's true. It was tough to comb through what was a sweet treat, which we've already done, into a savory snack, which we're about to do. So, what better way to kick off the Thanksgiving season than to talk about some more food?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. So, Adam, what is your number 5 savory snack?
My number 5 savory snack is the Pepper Jack warm stuffed pretzel.
Mmm.
It can be found at the lunching pad in Tomorrowland in Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And it is $6.59.
Ooh, that's a very specific price.
It is. You know what? This is a delicious snack.
Mm-hmm.
It is shareable.
Yeah.
I mean, all the pretzels at Walt Disney World are pretty big, right?
They are. I don't share them, but they are shareable.
But what I like about this one is it's a little bit spicier. It's got the pepper jack cheese inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to get the dipping cup. The cheese is already inside the pretzel, so you can just walk around, munch on the pretzel, and avoid a cup crisis.
Mm-hmm. A fiasco, a cheese fiasco.
Yeah, so it's a delicious treat. If you haven't had one before, I recommend picking up a Pepper Jack warm stuffed pretzel. Have you had one, Patrick?
I haven't, but now I think I might have to have one on my trip.
You like a little bit of heat, right, with your pretzel?
I like it hot.
Yeah, some like it hot, and you like it hot.
Oh, dear.
Why don't you tell me your number 5 savory snack?
That's a great idea. Mine is a little bit off kilter.
Okay.
It is the Chip and Dale Snack Company Nature's Trail Mix.
Oh, I've seen this in the stores.
They are so delicious. It's kind of along the lines of the goofy sour balls that I talked about.
Right, at nauseum.
That I
You
constantly talk about.
You love those balls.
I do. I do love a sour ball. But I also love a delicious trail mix. And Chip and Dale's Snack Company Nature's Trail Mix delivers.
Now, what's included in that? Is it just nuts?
Well, it's sunflower kernels,
Okay.
raisins,
Okay.
pepitas, which are pumpkin seeds,
Yes,
basically.
I like those, like little baby pumpkin seeds,
Yeah,
right?
they're so good.
Yeah.
Almonds and cashews.
Ooh, that sounds really tasty.
It's a really good mix. It's actually fairly healthy. It's a little salty, so there is that that sodium intake if you're watching that. But it's just a really good snack to have in the parks or bring home with you to snack on when you get home as well.
I'm going to try this the next time I'm in the parks, or like when you go back to your hotel and stop by the gift shop and just like, I need a little something before I go to bed.
Exactly. They can be found basically in any gift shop. They're about $5.50 for a pack of them, so not too bad. Or you can buy it with a snack credit if you're on the dining plan.
Tasty.
Mm-hmm. What about number 4 for you, Adam?
My number 4 savory snack, and this is where I think we're going to cross over.
Uh-oh.
Corn dog nuggets at Casey's Corner.
Interesting.
So we've talked about these previously on the podcast.
We sure did.
And this is kind of my go-to snack, especially when my Magic Kingdom day is day 1 or the day of my flight.
Mm-hmm.
And I head straight from the airport, maybe stop at the resort, and then go to the Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually famished by the time I get to the Magic Kingdom.
It's true. It's been a long day already.
And I run down Main Street and I scream to everyone, I'll check you out later! And I just head to Casey's.
Nice.
And slam some corn dog nuggets into my mouth.
Good idea.
Of course, these are found, as I said, on Main Street, USA at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. And they're served as a meal with apple slices, but why would you?
Whoever does that.
Or they come with French fries, and I will have those, please and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
For the entire meal, it is $8.99.
So that was also my number 4.
I thought it was going to happen.
We had a bestie moment.
Yes, we certainly did. They're
A
so
Fab
good,
Five.
Patrick.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're so good. And just like load them down with ketchup, and you can also get
Yeah.
cheese sauce to dip them in too.
Oh, you sure can. I'm more of a mustard guy when it comes to the corn dog nuggets.
Oh, and there our friendship kind of hit a rocky patch.
Or look on the bright side. It's a great patch because you can have yours with your ketchup and I'll have mine with my mustard and we don't have to share them. Now, by sharing, I, of course, mean you will order one and I will order one and we'll share the moment.
Yep. Now I'm with you.
Mhm,
Got it.
mhm.
Got it.
Now, as you said, technically this is a meal, not a savory snack.
Right.
but it's a snack for me.
But it's a snack, right? I mean, the fact that it comes with apple slices as an option means that it's clearly meant for the kiddos.
It's true.
So it's not adult-sized, at least not Adam adult-sized.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't share them with anybody. I snack. I snack on them by myself. Moving on to number 3, Adam. What's your number 3?
That takes us to number 3. My number 3 is more of an app than a savory snack. Is that allowed?
It is allowed.
Okay, great. So my number 3 is the Indian-style bread service at Sanaa's Disney's Animal Kingdom Villas Kidani Village.
I had a feeling this was going to make your list.
Oh, Patrick. I was thinking, should I book a reservation at Sanaa when we're there in January? But we're doing the meal plan, and we're doing quick service meal plan.
We sure are.
So we need to save those points, right?
That's
Sanaa
fair.
would be like 2 dining credits or something like that, I would assume.
Probably.
I don't really know how it works, but anyway, let's get back to Sanaa.
Let's do.
For those of you that don't know, the bread service comes with a choice of 5 breads and with all 9 accompaniments. So the 5 breads are traditional naan, garlic ginger naan,
So delicious.
spiced naan, onion kucha, I think it's pronounced, or paneer paratha. And the accompaniments are cucumber riata, roasted red pepper hummus, mango chutney, tomato date jam, tamarind chutney, coriander chutney, and then it also has garlic pickle, red chili sambal, or spicy jalapeno lime pickle.
Amazing.
I loved this.
Yeah.
Matthew and I had this on our trip in July. We were both famished when we arrived, and I knew I wanted to get us this. I had heard that it was incredible, and it truly delivered. And I've also heard that there's a secret 10th accompaniment you can get, a 10th sauce.
I love secret sauces.
Yes, that's not on the menu, and apparently you can ask your waiter for it. We did not. I wasn't even aware of it until the table next to us was like, we heard there's a secret sauce. And so the next time I go, I want to try the secret sauce.
Let's do it.
Unfortunately, the Indian-style bread service at Sanaa is $17.
Oh, interesting. That's an expensive savory snack.
It's a lot, but I'll tell you what. I believe you can get this at the bar in Sanaa, too.
Oh, okay.
So I think this would be a great idea if you're hanging out at Animal Kingdom Lodge or you're exploring Animal Kingdom Lodge and you head over to Kidani Village to just grab a cocktail at the bar and grab the bread service, and I swear that's a meal. It is so much food.
Yeah.
And it is a delicious, kind of varied experience because there's so many flavors involved.
I have to say, if you're at the Animal Kingdom resorts, any of them, their food there across the board is out of control.
Patrick and I stayed there, and it is a great experience.
Hands down.
Patrick, what's your number 3?
Well, my number 3 is a little bit of a limited experience. So you have to be at the Epcot food festivals for this one.
Okay.
Specifically, it's right now at the Epcot Food and Wine Festival.
Okay.
It is the Kahlua pork slider with sweet and sour dole, pineapple chutney, and spicy mayonnaise.
I've had this.
We've had it together, I
Yes,
believe.
we have.
Yeah. It is so good. It's at the Hawaiian port. I don't know what you call them, really. The stands that are there that
That's
are
right.
there for the festivals.
Food
So
booth.
The food
Yeah.
booth. The
Yeah.
Hawaiian food booth.
We'll class it down.
Yeah. I like it.
The Hawaiian trough.
Oh, no. Never call it a trough. It's Hawaii.
Yeah.
They're delicious. They are so good. They are just these little teeny tiny sliders. I think you get 2 of them.
That's right.
For about $5, again, or a snack credit if you're on the dining plan. And they're just the most mouth-watering, savory, delicious snack you can ever put your mouth on.
I believe this was the first snack we had as we came into World Showcase. We took a right and walked past Hawaii, and we both kind of were aware of them and had never had them.
Yes.
And, oh man,
they're so good.
delicious.
They're so good. And Kahlua, you might think of the liqueur Kahlua, but that's not what it means. Kahlua, actually, in Hawaiian, it's a style of cooking meat under the ground. It is just a slow cooked pork, and the sauce on it is... My mouth is watering talking about it right now, and I'm going to have it in the parks when I go on my trip tomorrow.
Bring me one back.
I'll try. I'll see what I can do. And if you're going there for food and wine, the Hawaiian booth is one of the first ones you come to as you're coming into the World Showcase.
Right. So as you're heading towards Canada, it'll be right there on your right. And man, that is a tasty, tasty snack you just mentioned.
It's true. And as an add-on, there is the pineapple wine that they have there too, which is
that's right.
so delicious. It's great.
That falls under sweet, but together they are magical.
Mm-hmm.
It also falls under booze.
It does. It does. We'll have to do a Fab Five booze cruise.
Maybe a Fab 25 booze. Like, we're going to need to expand that list.
That's true. Let's move on to number 2. What do you say?
My number 2 is the Banyan Beef Skewer, which can be found at Bengal Barbecue in Adventureland in Disneyland in California.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I had heard about these before my trip, and obviously this was my first time experiencing it.
Mm-hmm.
It is basically a hot and spicy beef skewer, very peppery.
Okay.
That's been grilled and dipped in sauce.
Oh.
And it is $5.49, and it is so tasty and so succulent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the meat has been prepared just so, just right.
Yeah.
And so there's not a chewiness to it. It's just kind of like a melt in your mouth, beefy skewer experience. And that sauce, Patrick, the sauce, might I recommend. This is kind of an addendum to my savory snack.
Oh, okay.
A tiger tail, which is like a kind of lightly cheesed bread that you can get at Bengal Barbecue.
Oh.
And you can use that to kind of sop up the rest of the sauce after the skewer.
Yeah.
We ordered several of the skewers in
an undisclosed amount.
We tore through those things. We tore through the tiger tails. They were delicious too. And then, might I also add, I know I'm breaking the rules here.
Yeah, this sounds like your list has grown to 8 or 9.
It's all one location, so it counts.
Okay.
There were also bacon-wrapped asparagus there that
interesting.
were grilled.
Okay.
That were so good.
Yeah.
So get the asparagus, get the Banyan beef skewer, get the tiger tails to sop up all that sauce, and just enjoy all of it. It's now a full meal. It's not a snack. I'm cheating, but it is truly a tasty experience.
Say again where that is.
This is at Bengal Barbecue in Adventureland in Disneyland.
Amazing.
Patrick, give me your number 2.
My number 2 will come to no surprise to anyone who knows me. Is popcorn. Popcorn is my ride or die snack anywhere I go.
You love you some popcorn.
I do. I have it just about every day of my life.
Yeah.
Not a joke. # not a joke.
Yeah.
They can be found kind of anywhere throughout any of the parks.
Right.
And I recommend not getting the pre-bagged popcorns. Those are good too, like the gourmet popcorns.
Sure.
I'm talking about the down and dirty popcorn stand popcorn.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Strangely, it's just Pop Secret.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, they used to be Orville Redenbacher's, I believe,
Okay.
and they recently changed to Pop Secret, but it is so good. I don't know what it is, if it's the way that they pop it, if it's a special oil that they use in those popcorn makers. It's my favorite.
I mean, when you get it from the stands or the booths or wherever, it's fresh, right? It's not like in the bags in the stores. It's a fresh experience.
It is a fresh popcorn. They're just enough salt, just enough butter, just enough popcorn, no kernels. It's perfect
now,
every single time.
Is this the classic version of it? Because I know in last week's episode, you mentioned that you liked the candy corn flavor.
Yeah. I like to experiment here and there, but if I'm pressed, I want just the classic popcorn. Just a bag of popcorn. And I'm actually going to go ahead and dole out the $10 for the souvenir bucket usually.
Oh, sure.
Because you can often refill them in the parks sometimes for free, depending on the promotions, or just about $2 during your stay, which is a great deal, actually. That's kind of a lot of popcorn.
I'm not a popcorn guy.
Okay, fair enough. You don't have to be. I'll eat yours.
You've got it. I'll take your corn dogs then. But I enjoy a dessert popcorn. I want the most chocolate poured on top of it, where it's like you're eating chunks of chocolate as opposed to eating popcorn.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy it in that scenario. I just can't eat too much of it because then I get a little sick in my tummy.
Oh, no, your tum-tum.
My tum-tums.
So I have 2 quick things to add on to the popcorn.
Yeah.
So a fun fact is that there are about 5 million million servings each year at Disney World for the popcorn.
Oh,
Can you imagine? And half of that is consumed by me.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
another fun fact.
I totally believe that. Just knowing you outside of a Disney park, you are a popcorn fanatic.
I've never not had it when I'm in the parks.
So I can only imagine, with you in the park, it's like a kid in a candy store, only a kid in a popcorn store.
A lot of people are like, get off your cell phone. They're saying to me, get out of the popcorn.
Yeah. You just crawl right into the cart.
Yeah, exactly. A cute story, actually, I'll make this brief, is that on a recent trip, it was at the end of the night after the fireworks, and I was like, I need some popcorn. I got to do it. So I went to the popcorn stand, and they were closing down, and I asked for a bag of popcorn, and they said, I'm sorry, we're not taking credit cards right now. We're only taking cash, and I didn't have any cash on me. And I was like, that's okay. And then the cast member says, you know what? I just got a note that said Mickey knew you were coming here. And he wanted you to have this, and she handed me a bag of popcorn and said, have a great night.
How did Mickey know?
Mickey knows everything.
Mickey never seems to know when I want fudge.
Mickey always knows that you want fudge, and he's also aware that you're going to pay the money for it.
He's like, oh boy,
Exactly.
another sale.
Exactly. So that just kind of adds on to my love of the popcorn, is that I had a magical moment with it.
When we go in January, I'm just going to take a picture of every time you purchase popcorn and eat it, and we're going to see how many on Instagram.
There's going to be so many photos.
At GDTD Podcast.
Good plug. All right. I'm excited. We're moving on to number 1.
The big moment. My number 1 savory snack.
Mm-hmm.
Also kind of not a snack.
Oh, no. A turkey dinner.
No, it is the sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Which can be found at Sleepy Hollow in Liberty Square in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World.
This almost made my list.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
I had not had this until my trip last December, so a year ago.
Oh, okay.
This was another situation where my boyfriend Matthew and I were rolling into the park after a flight, and we had reservations at Be Our Guest that evening.
Lovely.
But we did not want to spoil our dinner at Be Our Guest, so we got one of these chicken sandwiches, a sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich from Sleepy Hollow, and split it between the two of us,
Smart.
which it was a mistake, Patrick.
Oh, no.
We could have easily both have done one on our own. We were that hungry.
Yeah.
And by the time we had our first bite, we realized we should have gotten 2 because they are so good.
They are so good, but you would have ruined your appetite
You're
for
right.
Be Our Guest.
You're right. So for those of you that don't know, the sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich is a Belgian waffle with fried chicken and sweet and spicy Asian sauce. And it also has slaw on the top of it and arugula. And it comes with house-made chips, and that meal can be purchased for $10.49.
Now, you say meal, I say snack.
It's kind of 50-50, right? Like,
No,
I mean,
it's true. Yeah.
It could be a meal, but also, I mean, it's if you're hungry, that's easily a snack, and it is a tasty, tasty snack. And it comes with a great view. If you're at Sleepy Hollow, there's some tables in the back, and you're sitting right next to the castle, basically looking up at the castle. It's great.
It's one of those snacks, I'm going to say a snack, that when you don't know what you want, get that, because it kind of hits all of your flavor profiles.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's got the sweet, it's got the spicy.
It's true.
It's got the chicken, it's got the waffle, it's got the slaw.
And they do make sweet versions, too. So they make, I believe it's a Nutella.
That's right. They have the Nutella version there, too.
Yeah, it's also very, very good.
Nutella and fruit. I haven't had that yet, but that is on my list for sure.
It's more of a breakfast item, I would say. But
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a fruit salad on top of a Nutella waffle.
It's for the health conscious.
Yeah, I did not say healthy. I did say breakfast, to be clear.
All right, Patrick, what is your number 1 savory snack in the Disney parks?
Again, if you know me, you're not going to be surprised. My number 1 is the Mickey pretzel with cheese.
That's right, the Mickey pretzel with cheese.
It is the perfect snack. Anytime, even if you're not hungry, there's room for a Mickey pretzel, I must admit.
And these can be found at various locations throughout all of the parks.
Almost anywhere you can just smell your way to a Mickey pretzel. They're perfect. They are about $7 with the cheese, and they are soft as soft can be, buttery as buttery can be, with just a hint of a crisp when you bite into it, but the inside is so soft. I don't know how they do it, but every time they're perfect.
When I used to be single, that's what it said in my Tinder profile.
I like it.
Soft as soft can be.
Oh, it's romantic. I love it. I love it. They're just delicious. I can't get enough of them. I have at least one every trip, but I do have to limit myself because they're enormous and very buttery and very salty and not great for you, but I'm into it.
They're shareable, right?
I mean, not with me.
Sure. with a.
I'll slap it right out of your hand. I don't even. No, I'm not going to share it with you.
But they are tasty, and I've got to say, there's something about that cheese. Mm-hmm. It's not like...
I'm going to use cheese as a very loose
right.
interpretation of cheese, but it is cheesy.
I mean, we're giving it finger quotes.
Absolutely.
As we record this.
Absolutely.
But it is plasticine? Is that...
Yeah.
There's something not right, but so right about it.
Yeah.
Like,
it tastes like the cheese that comes on Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
But it's also like just so warm. And they don't, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm eating it so fast, but it never seems to like cool down. You know how sometimes pretzels at like the circus or something will like, the first bite is warm and then it turns into a hard plastic mess?
Right.
They never do that. They're always just soft and warm and delicious.
Do you feel that the fact that it's shaped like Mickey enhances the flavor?
For me, it does. I won't get the ones that aren't shaped like Mickey because they sell all sorts of shapes and sizes throughout the parks.
Right.
And I'm a classic Mickey-shaped pretzel guy.
So my number 5 choice, the Pepper Jack pretzel in Tomorrowland, is trash to you because it's not shaped like Mickey?
I'm not going to say trash. I'm just not going to say treasure. But I'll try it. But it's not the same. It's not a Mickey pretzel. It's just a pretzel. I can't wait. I'm it's like my favorite thing to do is get the Mickey pretzel.
You are drooling on the microphone right now.
I am. And I love to try to recreate them at home. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see some disastrous attempts at the Mickey pretzel. They look more like Sloth from the Goonies a little bit. They're hard to do, so I applaud them for the perfection.
But they taste delicious. I've had them, and you do a great job.
That was fun. We only had one crossover.
That's true.
And I learned about some snacks that I need to get from you.
And I learned from you.
If you have some favorite snacks that we didn't mention, or if you agree with us, shoot us an email or reach out to us on social media. Again, our email is info@gaysdothed.com.
And you can find us on social media at GDTD Podcast.
Happy snacking, everyone.
Patrick.
What's up?
Do you know what time it is?
Tell me.
It's time for some Quick D.
My favorite time of the day.
For those of you that don't know, Quick D is when Patrick and I ask each other a question that neither one of us has been privy to prior to recording.
Mm-hmm.
Totally off the cuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have no idea what's coming at us.
It's mysterious. It's quick. It's a D.
Patrick, are you ready for your Quick D question?
I'm always ready.
Okay. Remember a couple episodes ago when I said you had to kill, boff, or marry your Disney villain choices?
I do remember, and it still haunts me.
I'm going to need you to kill, boff, or marry my snacks.
Oh, my goodness.
So these are, obviously, they don't talk.
Preferable.
They're not human in any way.
Preferable.
I'm going to run down my list of snacks.
Please do.
And you're going to have to choose 3.
Oh, gosh.
One of them you're going to have to kill.
Yeah.
One of them you're going to have to boff, which is a nice way of saying spend the evening with.
Mm-hmm,
and one of the snacks you're going to have to marry for all of eternity.
I'm interested.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
So I gave you the pepper jack warm stuffed pretzel, the corn dog nuggets, the Indian style bread service, the banyan beef skewer, and the sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich.
Oh my gosh.
Which one are you going to kill? Which one are you going to have an intimate evening with? And which one are you going to marry for all time?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can quickly get rid of and kill the skewer.
What?
I know that you love it. I have never had it, so
okay.
I'm easy to kill something that I don't know. It's just in my nature. It also, we've talked before that I'm a little bit of a clumsy person, so I'm afraid I'm going to fall on the skewer and impale myself.
You know, the skewer could be like a mail order bride for you, though. And like you have no idea what you're getting, and suddenly it's like surprise or the biggest disappointment ever.
Yeah, that's fair. Nope, kill it.
Okay, so the skewer's dead.
Yeah, I'm quick on the kill. I don't know why. It's always my first one.
You knew right away, and you just gave me an icy cold stare as you said that.
I sure did.
Scary.
Okay, I'm gonna go marry next.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry those corn dog nuggets.
Oh yeah.
I just want to sleep in a bed of corn dog nuggets every night.
They're for life. They're keepers.
Yeah, and wake up and just open my mouth and eat one.
So again, back to kill.
Yeah, that's fair. So if I marry it, I can't eat it?
I mean, are most married people eating each other?
You know what? It's my marriage. I do what I want. That was not in the parameters of your question. I'm making my own rules as I go.
That's right. I mean, who's to say I can't define your marriage for you.
You can't. Only I can.
Right.
Only I know what goes on between me and nuggets.
That's right. I mean, it's behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
There's a lot of mustard involved.
what happens. Oh, I guess I can't say what happens in the sheets because that's the next choice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's a good marriage, so I can't boff my chicken nuggets. No, just skip that altogether.
You can boff your corn dogs all you want.
Thank you.
But I think maybe your next choice for actual boffing is more of a sensual experience.
Fair enough. I was gonna say the pretzel, but that jalapeno cheese sounds painful.
It does sound like it would get a little painful.
It seems mischievous, and I don't want it. I don't want it in my life. I'm gonna go with the bread service.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. Because it's very romantic.
Yeah.
It sets a scene.
Yeah.
It's there for me.
Yeah.
It has a lot of different flavors.
So you like to establish kind of a long game with the bread service and seducing it?
I'm gonna make it last all night.
Yeah.
With this bread service.
Good for you.
I'm gonna serve the service. It's gonna go from a cucumber situation, nice and refreshing, onto the hot spicy dips.
Yeah, think of all the fun you can have with those sauces.
And that naan.
Oh.
That naan, though. I'm into it. Huh. I have some things to think about in my life with this conversation.
I'm so glad I asked for this.
I think I need a shirt that says that naan, though. Great. So I've got some quick D for you, Adam.
Please.
Are you ready for this quick D?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we were talking a lot about the World Showcase and the Food and Wine Festival and food in general.
Yep.
Okay, so if you can only visit one country in the World Showcase on your trip, which one are you choosing and why?
Morocco.
So quick to
So
answer.
quick.
Okay, why?
Listen, there's not an attraction there, right? Like, there's not a big attraction, like a ride or anything like that.
There's a lot of attractive people there, though.
There certainly are. What I love about Morocco is it's completely immersive, and you almost can get lost in how far back it goes, right? Like, it's not like a very superficial World Showcase pavilion. You can really go deep in Morocco. You know what I'm saying, Patrick?
Yeah, go deep in there.
Yeah. There are a lot of little, like, alleyways and kind of twisty-turny back courtyards. And what I also love about Morocco is that it's so foreign to me. It is incredibly beautiful.
Yeah.
And there are beautiful lamps hanging everywhere, and the artwork and the tile work is so beautiful. And it was actually funded by Morocco, which makes it this kind of more authentic experience, in my opinion. Yeah.
It's true. You're encouraged to rub those lamps as well.
Well, I'll rub a lamp any chance I can get.
As long as it's attached to Aladdin.
Wait a minute. What?
You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
In fact, you can meet Aladdin.
You can. He's there, which, I mean, is that really accurate? But
It's not. It's culturally inaccurate.
Is it a little insensitive? Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. But it's the closest we've got to Arabia, right?
It's Aladdin adjacent.
Right. And I love the shops in Morocco, too.
They smell so good.
They smell great. And again,
the incense.
Yes. And again, it's an experience that is kind of unrivaled in World Showcase in offering goods that aren't seen in other stores, right? You don't see a lot of Disney-branded things in the Moroccan pavilion.
That's true.
You tend to see more kind of authentic styled pieces that you can purchase.
That's fair. Yeah, the artwork and the architecture there is beautiful.
Plus, if I'm going to choose a restaurant to eat at, I will absolutely eat at either the quick service or the table service. I haven't been to Restaurant Marrakesh since I was a child, but listen, I love me a kebab, right? And I love me some tabbouleh. So I'm going to eat all of that.
The baklava. Have you had the baklava there?
I have had the baklava there.
Oh, my gosh.
The only thing I'm not a fan of in the Moroccan pavilion is the drinks.
Oh.
There's a great bar you can go to there. It's actually a very quick bar. It's not like a traditional bar. It's more like a walk-up bar.
You like to get drunk quick. You want a quick service drunk.
I like to stumble up to it because I'm basically halfway around World Showcase.
That's true.
Point.
You're halfway in the bag.
But I will say that the drinks that they have there, the themed drinks, are a little too sweet for me.
Oh, okay.
But you can also just walk up and get a vodka soda if you want, and so I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Good on ya. Good on ya.
Yeah, so Morocco for sure.
I like it. Good answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. That will do it for this episode of Gays Do the D. Thanks for listening. Ratings and reviews are greatly appreciated and help people find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, and Stitcher. Continue the conversation after this episode on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GDTD Podcast and on our website at gaysdothed.com. Submit your questions or show ideas to info@gaysdothed.com. Have a great week, everybody. See ya real soon.